Welcome, Rush Tribe attendees and those of you that are watching the recording. We want to keep it light and want to keep it fun and just really let you get to know us. If you were on here earlier, you got a little bit of some slow jams going down. We are the ladies of Tribe Redefine and Friends. It is an extended tribe of all kinds of women from different states, from different walks of life, from different motherhood or not experiences, working or not experiences outside of this business, just coming together because we felt like we needed a space for ourselves, a space for intentionality and support and community, and really a space for joy. And we want to communicate that to you. I was a sorority girl. I know that's such a shock. I was Zeta Tau Alpha, in case you're, whatever, 5-pointed crown. Regardless, I didn't intend to be. I didn't expect to be a sorority girl. My roommate dragged me to, my roommate actually, a girl on my floor dragged me to a Rush event, and immediately I was enamored with the entire thing. It wasn't at all what I thought. And that's what I want to portray to you guys. I want you to walk into the store, maybe intending to be here, maybe kind of dragging your feet, maybe because someone thought you belonged in this space, but you're not sure. I want you to feel the energy, to feel the vibe, to rush with us, and to see just how amazing this experience can be, regardless of your background, regardless of where you stand in health and fitness, what your position looked like outside of the home or inside of your home. We've got it all here. So we're just going to do a little round robin, just like we would in a sorority event, as if you were kind of speed dating with us. So anybody who wants to pop in and can chat, can share. I'm going to get it started. I'm going to introduce myself, and at the very end, I'll also close it down and just give you a little bit of the nitty-gritty, teeny tiny bit of the nitty-gritty about what coaching looks like. But anyway, let's get started. For those of you who do not know me, I'm going to give you my spiel. My name is Pamela Bussarello. I am a mom of 3. I am a full-time high school English teacher. I've got a crazy different schedule this year, and I'm still kind of trying to find my keeping my head above water zone. I am an online health and fitness coach with Team Beachbody, like all of the beautiful women that are coaching with me and that are on this call. And I also, I love watching professional tennis. I love playing tennis. I like staying active. I love listening to music. I love Lana Del Rey and the Killers, which make no sense together. Lots of weird fun facts about me. And Kelly Severide from Chicago Fire. Love him as well. I'll just throw that one out there. Jackie would agree. So I came into this business as a challenger first, which is what I would say about 75% of the people do. Some jump right in as coaching, but a lot of people do start out as a challenger to kind of see what that feels like, and maybe some of you are already in that position. I was postpartum with my 3rd child. He had a very complicated health scare during our pregnancy. I don't want to get into all the details because that will take up the entire call and all of my emotional capacity. But in long story short, he needed to have lung surgery. He needed to have part of his lung removed after he was born. And when I learned of this during my pregnancy, it just kind of changed the scope of me as a mom. It changed my attitude towards basically everything. I kind of became a little closed off. I had also been suffering from an autoimmune disease for a few years and was just kind of really underweight prior to my pregnancy, weak and lethargic, and pregnancy made it worse. And then his illness made it worse because any activity I was doing, I was trying to run and do some workouts during my pregnancy, I felt were too risky for him, which the doctor said it wasn't true, but sometimes your mom brain goes into high gear. So by the time he was born and he came out my fattest, loudest, boldest baby, and he still continues to be the loudest and the boldest and will probably appear here at some point during this call, he made me realize that my worrying was misguided and my worrying was misplaced. And instead of worrying about everything I couldn't control, I had to start focusing on what I could control. And around the same time I was coming to this epiphany, I saw a Facebook post go across my news feed from a woman I'd been following who ended up becoming my upline coach. She was running a boot camp 6 weeks after Kellen was born. That 6-week checkup I knew was going to be my saving grace. And I signed up as a Christmas present to myself. And within 2 weeks of being in that community, I found such identity that I had stuffed down probably since my sorority days. That was probably the last time that I truly, fully felt like myself. In all the other capacities, I think I've either been playing a role that I thought others needed me to be, like in my teaching capacity, even just in my family and in my parenting. I was kind of just doing the things that I thought were expected of me, what people projected of me. And when I joined that challenge group, I became Pam for the first time in a real long time. It wasn't 100%, turnaround. It wasn't a complete transformation, but it was the start and the feel of that transformation. And that's when I started to find joy in being myself and started to find that real connection with who I could be as an individual. And I reached out to my coach immediately and asked her how the heck I spread this to other women. How did she get involved in doing what she was doing? I was kind of like that dream challenger that's just like, hey, sign me up for the next level because this is the coolest thing I've ever done. And that was almost 4 years ago, this coming January. And I haven't really looked back since. And what I also wanted to just share with you real quick, we wanted to talk to you about what got us started, but also what's keeping us going right now. Because in that 3.5 years, 3 3/4 years, what's kept me going has evolved. It's gone from losing the baby weight and creating my own sense of purpose to helping my family financially, to getting to know other women and finding a supportive tribe unlike what I've known before in my life, friendships that are real and deep. It kind of runs the gamut. And currently it's I don't want to steal Leslie's word because this is what Leslie always says, but this is my sanity. And she has said this for a long time, and I finally get it because that's kind of the position I'm in right now. There's a lot of screws loose in a lot of my life. Up until 20 minutes ago, there's been nuttiness in my household. There's been nuttiness in my parenting, in my job, in a lot of places. But when I sit down and I get to work and I'm helping other women find balance and I'm helping other women feel supported and I'm being supported by other women, there is such a relief. There's such a release of pressure. There's such a relief of anxiety. There's no stress. Even when we're pushing for goals, they feel so good. Even when we're trying to build or trying to help someone who's kind of resistant to help, who wants the change but doesn't want to do the work, all of that stuff is so fulfilling to me. And it really is what Leslie's always talked about. It has become my sanity. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the people that you're looking at right now. I'm grateful for every element of what this has done. And the fact that I love my job and I'm not here to try to create this second income for myself to replace that also gives me a little different freedom than some people who really are building this business for financial reasons. I'm building it for my own purpose, for my own mental capacity, and the financial gains are a benefit. Insert financial benefits disclaimer here. So that's my stuff. I'm going to move it on to Jackie just because she's wearing bright blue and that's my favorite color. And then anyone else that wants to chime in can chime in when she's done.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Hey guys. So I'm Jackie and my story is kind of the opposite of Pam's. So I was a challenger for 3.5 years. And had zero interest in coaching, which is kind of a lie because I did follow along and kind of, wanted to be a part of it. But at the same time, I wasn't ready to be a part of it. But to backtrack, I'm Jackie. I'm a 5th grade teacher. This year I'm 4th and 5th grade. I live in New Jersey and I have 2 girls, 4 and 2. So I loved everything about Beachbody when I joined. I loved being a challenger. I love the community. I love the products. I love the workouts. So that was great. I joined. I was happy and I never left. I stayed through my pregnancy. I followed along even when I was too pregnant to do anything. But I wasn't ready to coach. And the reason being was I saw these women and I saw them posting on social media and sharing their journey and doing all of these things. And I thought to myself, there's no way I have the time So I just kind of said, I'm good being a challenger. I will cheer everyone on. I will be accountability buddies. I will do whatever I can within the challenge group, but I don't want this bigger job of being, I felt like, in charge. I figured between work and kids and life and craziness, I was barely surviving. So how would I possibly fit in one more thing when I couldn't even find time to do my laundry? Fast forward a few years, and my best friends wanted to sign up. So I told myself I would sign up for 1 month because I wasn't losing any money. I would just sign up for them. I would run their group, and then I would be done after 1 month. But it turns out I was able to coach my group. I was able to help my friends, and I just never stopped doing it. And I started helping other people, and I realized that I did have the time. I could make the time because it made me happy. Doing laundry doesn't make me happy. Creating makes me happy. But this makes me happy. So I was able, I don't know, lose a minute, to find time for it because I love it. So it did take me 3.5 years to sign up. But once I did sign up, it's been amazing and nonstop ever since. And I don't know, it's almost hard to imagine what my days looked like before I fit this in. So I think that's it.
Perfect. Perfect. Leslie, shall you go next?
Hello. I am Leslie. I am 42 years old, almost 43. I have 4 kids, 13, 10, 5, and 3. So I have all the ages. I started this when my youngest was 4 months old after ignoring Pam for a year. She would send me messages and I wouldn't respond to her. Yeah, but that was my issues and the fact that I just was surrounded by so much negativity and I didn't know how to get out of it when really Pam was the way to get out of it. So I finally, again, when Pam mentioned her Christmas present for herself, I signed up. I think it was the day after Christmas because I was just so upset with myself that I couldn't get out of my house and I couldn't do anything. And I just wanted positivity. And I was following Pam. I was watching you, Pam. And so I said, that's it. I'm just going to try this. I don't know what the heck this is. I had no idea what this challenge group stuff was, but I was like, I'm going to try because what else can I do? I can't leave my house. I have no help. I have no family support. So why not? And within the first month, I had found so much support and I started to lose the baby weight that I was trying to lose in the first place. And then before that month ended, I became a coach for the discount. And then Pam added me to the team page and I was like, is this something I can do? And I just started then. And I just started sharing my life and sharing what I was doing. And I wasn't at my goal. I still am not at my goal because I don't think your goal should be a weight or anything like that. It should be how you feel and what's going on around you. And that is always changing. As Pam said, it evolves. I have so many other personal issues going on, and this is given me like emotional freedom. It's a place where I can go that's just for me, and I can put my energy into people that actually appreciate it. Sometimes as a mom, you feel like your kids just think you're the worst thing ever and you're disgusting. And I have a teenager. Yeah, so this is a place where I can go and be me and have fun, and I'm not being judged, and I'm just accepted for exactly the weirdo that I am and the old lady that I am. And I actually feel younger than I did when I had my first baby. I've been a yo-yo dieter and all this stuff, and this is the first time in my whole life that I've been consistent. It's almost 3 years. So if that isn't just something alone to just stay consistent in your own journey. And my last comment, I do lots of things with my hands, is that Pam always, when I started, she would say, you're the coach of one. Like, that is what I do every day. I'm working on myself, and I just share that. And if that's all I get done in the day because of everything else going on in my mom life, then that's good. I'm a better person. And I just like to share that with everybody. And I make a little money too. No income disclaimer. Or income disclaimer.
You give me chills. I love it. Thank you.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Teresa.
Hello. All right. All right. My name is Theresa. I am 43 years old, almost 44. I have 3 kids, 21, 18, and 15. So I am kind of heading into a different season. That's really scary for me with my kids growing up and not around. So I'm kind of here by myself. I separated from my husband a year ago, a little over a year ago, and heading towards what comes next after that. So this has been one of the roughest years in my life, but I have learned so much through this by showing up to do something for myself. To go back to when I was a kid, I went through a lot as a kid as well. And I have always been the protector of everybody around me and never took care of myself from 5 years old up until 4.5 years ago. And I get really emotional when I talk about this because I don't really share it a lot. But I went through a big change in my life 4.5 years ago. My husband at the time had lost his job. I worked with him and to support him and do the right thing for him. I left the job as well and to support him. And that's when I made the phone call to an infomercial. I called and I just said, I want the 21-day fix. And of course they were like, do you want the shakes? Do you want this? Do you want that? And I was like, absolutely not. I don't want that. I just want these DVDs. I just want to do this workout. I want to try it out. So it came in the mail and I strictly did nutrition. I was like, I can do that. I took the easy way out. I never worked out. So the process of that was really just doing something for myself. Everyone around me was like, you should be a coach. You should do this. You're showing up every day. And I was like, nope, can't do it. I do not know anything about this. I've never done fitness before. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionalist. I'm just kind of learning as I go. Or as we say, learning as we're growing, which is a huge thing for us. But fast forward 2 years from then, I became a part of a challenge group. I was doing everything on my own. So I didn't have anybody to guide me. So I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anybody sharing anything with me. And I found this group, I joined it, and I was in it every day. And I just found this community of women that I absolutely loved. And people started asking me questions. And then I was like, you know what? I can't keep this to myself. I have to share this with other people. This has been a gift to me. And I really want to gift this forward to other women so that they can feel this too. I mean, I could go on, but as far as where I am right now and how I got here, I guess it was about a year and a half ago, I became a part of these women here. And that is a huge turning point for me. Surrounded by positivity, always there, the accountability, showing up, personally, as well as what we're doing. You know, it's not just health and fitness, it's just we share in each other's lives, and that's very important. You know, we have our bad days. Some days we just want to be like, whatever, but they're always there. You know, they don't give up on you. And that's huge because in my life, I've had everybody give up on me. So this has been such a gift to me. So where I am today is I'm doing this for myself. And being able to share this even on social media and getting to know so many women that I never would have had the chance to meet And them coming back to me and saying, I'm so grateful for you for reaching out and inviting me to this opportunity, and how their lives have changed. So that is the true gift that I get from all of this. I mean, financially, disclaimer, I struggle, like if you knew my story right now, what I'm going through, I'm able to get groceries, I'm able to get gas, I'm able to pay bills that I need to pay. And that's just really helpful. I do work outside of doing this as well. I have to at this point. But this allows me to be able to feed my kids, and have a place to live and have electricity. And so it's just been a gift all around. And this past year has been amazing. And I owe it all to this right here. So that was a really long story, but I don't get to share a lot of this outside of this right here. I do my best to share, and that's part of what we do, is sharing our story. But we also, my kids are older, their friends watch. So I really do consider them too, but I also don't want to hold back, because I know other women are going through this too. So
there's no such thing as a long story. You've met me, so it's okay. It's all good. Did anyone else want to share? I didn't know if anyone, Steph, if you wanted to share, or Heather, there's no pressure. Erica, anybody? I don't want to leave anyone out who wants to. I'm going to go into some of the basics, very brief basics, and then give you a chance, if you're on here, to text any questions. You can leave them in the chat, or you can ask some questions out loud, or you can just talk to the person who invited you or sent you the recording about what your next steps could be. But just to kind of tie in almost a little bit of everything that we sprinkled in, when you become a coach, you have such support, and it goes beyond the people that you see here and the woman that invited you into the tribe, but you will have the benefit of team pages with trainings and ideas for posts. We host weekly meetings in which we do real actionable items. We learn how to run social media accounts, how to support our challengers, how to, do just about everything you see us doing. We didn't necessarily figure that out on our own. And if we did, we taught each other, and we learned it from podcasts. We learned it from trainings. There are tools for everything you see us do. If you've been in our challenge groups, guaranteed you've read a post that we have taken from a guide we've been given by our company. So it's not like we are reinventing the wheel every single day. You're also going to be a part of a company that is at the forefront of health and fitness, and also at the forefront of customer care. We can sometimes get a little aggravated when we as the coach are feeling like they take care of the customer so much, but it's a wonderful experience when we bring our customers in, because more often than not, the company is catering to our customers. If you feel like you'd be worried about selling, it's just sharing the opportunity, like Theresa talked about. It's sharing your story. It's sharing your growth, and your people will be there looking to join you and to see how you've had this amazing, joyful transformation, and see what they can do to join in. And the company has all of these ways that you can get that person started, and so many ways that you can continue to support them as they move through their journey. There's also the benefit of just the network surrounding us. There are Facebook communities with other coaches that are rocking this business to depths that we have not reached yet, who are giving and giving and giving of all of their tools, of all of their tricks, of all of their systems, of all of their, charts and trackers and all of that stuff. We don't really have to come up with anything. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We like to, because we like to personalize and to feel our own zen and feel our own vibe. But there are so many ways for you to kind of jump in and go with all of the tools right there in front of you. And the best thing about this is that it's a no pressure obligation because, as Leslie pointed out, we are the coach of one. So signing up to join Tribe Redefine or one of our friendship teams is your commitment to your own health and wellness, to your own personal growth. You are going to be opening up your fitness and your nutrition capacity for yourself and for your family. Helping anybody else beyond that is icing on the cake. Helping anyone else beyond that could help you financially, but helping yourself really should be the ultimate goal. It should be the ultimate goal of motherhood. It should be the ultimate goal of womanhood, to stand in your own self, control what you can control, and that's your health, or your at least attention to your health and your decision to do something for yourself every single day. And that's what coaching can be. It can be your final step towards that consistency that maybe you've been lacking. And I really always look at Leslie as the ultimate embodiment of that. And just by being her best freaking self, people gravitate towards that because there's no way she's doing anything wrong. Look at her. She's gorgeous and she's owning it and she's funny, right? And Theresa and everyone, it's just amazing what this opportunity can do for you. To be selfish for a second, think about that, what this can do for you, whether you help another person on the journey or not. If you commit to you as a coach, you're committing to yourself for life. You are doing the VIP thing and you are making sure you are top priority. And that's the best way we can show up for others. And that's the best way we can serve others. With that in mind, signing up as a coach is just like signing up as a challenger. Your coach who brought you into this call can walk you through what that looks like. There are so many different options for getting started. So I don't want to get into all of that and kind of bog us down with numbers, but every single one of those options is either to coach or to be a customer. And that's the only difference, is the title that you hold. Everything else is the same. The opportunities you have to engage in the fitness and nutrition are the same. The opportunities to work with the people in front of you are the same. But calling yourself a coach comes with the added benefit of getting a discount on everything else moving forward and some pre-launched materials and all that fun jazz. And I just want to say, if I can in closing, because I wanted to keep everything nice and brief, our goal beyond just standing for ourselves and owning our own health and owning our own wellness is to just be human, to be real, to be raw. And I think you saw that. I hope you saw that through everyone that spoke tonight. I hope you see that when you check in with us on social media. I mean, an hour ago, cried off all my makeup. I'm wearing workout clothes that I sweat in 6 hours ago. My 3-year-old is still running around upstairs with my husband's phone because I didn't want to have him screaming on the call. That's real life. That's what I'm seeing when I'm looking at Rachel. That's what I'm seeing when I wake up in the morning and log in and Jackie's sitting there with her daughter eating M&Ms at 5:30 in the morning. We are just normal human beings. We are normal, real people. There is nothing special about us because we're all freaking special to be dorky, right? It's so true. And you fit here. You fit in here. You belong here. That was the theme of our summit. That was the theme of the corporate trip that we had in July. You belong here. And we all talk so much about within our social media, and Theresa and Leslie and I have had this thing at our events. We have this front row mindset. We like to sit in the front. We like to be up close and personal. And every time we sit in these front row seats, the people sitting next to us, the number keeps growing. It just keeps growing until we all are going to be sitting in the front row, every single one of you. We have a seat for you. We're saving a spot because you belong here, unlike this mosquito that's trying to get in my groove here. So just take a leap. If I could use another metaphor, I'm throwing them all out, it seems, and realize that you have what it takes because you're here. You have what it takes because you're real. You have what it takes because you deserve this. You have what it takes, and we'll help you to realize that. So that's that. I'm going to end on that note. If you have any questions, I'm looking. No bras. We've got no bras on. I am wearing a sports bra. At least that's something. Oh, everyone's talking about bras. I don't think there's any real questions. I love it. This is true. This is true story. Can't wait to get you all signed up and ready to roll. We've got some end of month bonus gifts that we're each going to be sending to our people. So get in touch when we chat one-on-one about getting you started and joining our tribe. and friends, then you'll learn as to what that's going to look like. But can't wait to see you all again next Monday night when you're on your very first Tribe Redefine and Friends team call. That's it, everyone. I'm going to end the recording